Elementary music teacher friend, you love what you do, but you might feel unappreciated and, in fact, unseen some days. You may even feel like you're on a music teacher island and just want to connect with other music teachers who can relate to both your struggles and wins when it comes to teaching elementary music. I get you and understand completely the feelings you're having. That's why each and every week, the Elementary Music Teacher Podcast will provide you with solo and guest episodes that will help you realize you're not alone in your music teaching journey. Throughout each episode, my goal is for you to be able to walk away with actionable steps and ideas to help you feel like you're ready to take on the new week with whatever challenges may be thrown your way. Hi, I'm your host, Jessica Peresta, and I'm so glad you're here. Whether you're at home, in your car, in the shower, or wherever else you're listening, grab your cup of coffee or whatever other beverage is nearby and listen in to the Elementary Music Teacher Podcast.
I'm Ann, co-host of Transparency in Teaching, a part of the Education Podcast Network, just like the show you're listening to now. Shows on the network are individually owned, and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find other interesting education podcasts at edupodcastnetwork.com.
Teaching elementary music to kids all day can make you feel a little cuckoo. In fact, you're probably feeling worn out from finishing out the school year as we speak. If so, you're needing support now more than ever before. Even thinking about heading into the next school year is probably causing you a little bit of stress. First of all, enjoy your summer to the fullest. Take the break you so desperately deserve. You need it. You deserve it. Go and have a break. Then, come to the free coaching week that was created just for you, elementary music teacher friend. In 8 days, you're going to get lesson planning training, accountability calls, mentorship and support, mindset work, community of other music teachers, all inside of a pop-up Facebook group that was created just for this week. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to help you go from overwhelmed to confident, from stressed out and unappreciated to confident in the classroom, fulfilled at work and home, and joyful teaching music day in and day out. This isn't your typical PD friend. It's much more than just another workshop or webinar or challenge, which I've hosted in the past. This is created to be an experience of growing together with other music educators just like you who are there to challenge you, support you, and cheer you on through an entire week devoted and set aside for you. Trust me, you don't want to miss this week. It's going to be epic, and I'm going all in on supporting you in every way possible. Grab your spot and see the schedule at subscribepage.com/Elementary Music Coaching Week 2022, or click on the link in the show notes. It's all going down June 26th through July 3rd, and I cannot wait to see you soon. Today we are doing a bite-sized PD about your uniqueness and believing in yourself. So sorry, I was looking at something and I got distracted. So I'm so excited to be here today. And like I said, each Monday I go live to talk about a different mindset, belief, something struggling with, maybe something you've been thinking about. And the replays are put on the Elementary Music Teacher Podcast for you to re-listen to. You can watch the replays on Instagram or in my Facebook group, the Elementary Music Teacher Community. So today, like I said, your uniqueness and believing in yourself. And I like to keep these short, sweet, to the point, so you can rewatch them if I go too fast. Just because a particular curriculum, another teacher, or even an instructional coach says to teach a concept a certain way, doesn't mean it's the way. You have a unique personality, and sometimes it's about trusting your gut and thinking outside the box. So I just wanted to start by saying that because I feel like a lot of the reason, I'm talking to music teachers, you stop believing in yourself sometimes is because you're comparing what you're doing to others. You feel like you have a good plan in place. You feel like you're moving right along. You feel like you are doing a great job. And then you'll hear about another music teacher doing something a certain way, or you will be attending a workshop or a live PD or for Kadai level, or listen to a podcast episode or read a blog post or be in a Facebook community or whatever it might be, and you see somebody talking about the way they do it. They teach music, they teach a certain lesson, they implement a different classroom management strategy, whatever it is, in their classroom, and it can cause you to kind of stop believing in yourself a little bit because you are wrapped up in what others are doing instead of believing in you. So this is real. This is something I don't feel like is ever going to not be a struggle. It's something that's never, I'm going to really raise my mic up just a little bit. It's something that will always be there as you teach. You're always going to be moving right along, really confident in yourself, feel like you're just like, oh my gosh, I've got this, I'm doing a great job, and then bam, one post, one comment, one, I don't know, whatever else will stop you in your tracks and make you stop believing that you're doing a good enough job. So first thing I want to talk about is a solution. The first thing I want to talk about is realize that you're a unique teacher. There is no one else out there who can teach your students the way that you do. When I'm working with music teachers, a lot of times I will hear, well, I'm new to my school and I'm following in someone else's footsteps, and they did it this way, and my students are constantly comparing the way I'm doing things to the previous music teacher. Yes, that's going to happen, and that's normal. It's normal for that to happen. I also hear that, well, I was teaching something this way, and then I got told that I should teach it this way instead. Take advice. There's nothing wrong with getting advice. There's nothing wrong with hearing a mentor or, even your principal or a teacher at a workshop or presenter give you an idea. But it does not mean that you're already not doing a good enough job just because they're offering a suggestion, because you're a unique human being. You're a unique person with a unique personality, a unique teaching style, and there is absolutely no one on this planet that can teach your students the way that you do. And that's a good thing. It means you get to be yourself. Nothing is ever going to go perfect. So giving yourself grace each and every day is so important. I feel like a lot of times the reason you start feeling like you're not believing in yourself anymore is because those days, and the days I'm talking about, think about last school year and identify one of them. They just don't go good. It feels like everything, the wheels are falling off the wagon as the day goes on. And it is hard sometimes to pinpoint why that's happening, but it can also make you feel like I'm not doing a good enough job. I should have done better. I should have known better. I should have planned better. I should have. Let's let go of the should haves, okay? And keep moving forward. Yes. It's okay to have a hard day. It's okay to cry sometimes. It's okay to have those thoughts. But what I always say is, have those thoughts. They're going to come. We're not robots. But don't let them fester. Don't let them sit there and dwell on them, because it's going to cause you to believe them. It's going to cause you to internalize those thoughts and make you believe that you're not doing a good enough job. It's going to make you believe that you're not cut out to teach music to your students. But let's go back to what I just said, is you are the only music teacher that can teach music to your students the way that you do. I don't feel like it's a coincidence that you're in your position and we're hired for the job you're at. Even if you're entering a new job this coming school year, I don't feel like it's a coincidence that you're there by accident. I think your administrator or whoever hired you knew that you were the person for this job. So when you're having those days you're doubting yourself, when the wheels feel like they're falling off the wagon, go back to remembering, well, I'm here for a reason. What did they see in me? What do I see in myself? And I've talked about in some previous bite-sized PD sessions about going back to your why. Remembering, why did you become a music teacher? Why are you so excited to teach music to your students? Go back to all those different reasons, and it will help you to continue believing in yourself as you go along. Another solution I want to give, and we're going to get into action steps, is believe in yourself, even if you feel like no one else is. It is so easy as a music teacher, especially, to feel like no one is believing in you. No one is rooting you on. No one is giving you kudos. No one is telling you good job. No one is letting you know that you are doing a good job. It's so hard sometimes to keep moving forward when you feel like you're getting no recognition. Believing in yourself is huge. And that's hard to do. It's hard to just be like, I'm going to pat myself on the back today, Jessica. You're doing a great job. That's hard. It's hard to do that. But believe in yourself, even if you feel like no one else is, because you do have what it takes to teach elementary music. You are doing a better job than you give yourself credit for. You are. Okay? I don't know every single one of you in person. I have not come in and observed you in your classrooms. But without even knowing what's going on in your classroom, I know you're doing a better job than you think you are. We are our harshest critics. We are so hard on ourselves in lives and in work. If you're a parent, in friendships, in any area of your life, we are so hard on ourselves. It's so easy to just be like, I'm not good enough, because the comparison game is real and it's always going to be there. I also want to say, as part of the solution, is comparing yourself to others is unnecessary because they're not you. And it's perfectly fine. So when you feel like you're starting to get into the comparisonitis and comparing yourselves to what other music teachers are doing, they're not you though. They don't know your students. They don't know your teaching situation. They don't know how much you've planned these lessons. They don't know why you've planned the lessons you've planned. They don't know your background as a musician. These other teachers don't know your reasoning behind becoming a music teacher. And not only that, they don't even know you're comparing yourself to them. So when you get stuck in comparing yourself, and like I said, it's going to happen, I want you to remember that it is unnecessary. It's unnecessary to compare. Learn from others, get advice, see those posts and take them and run with it and take notes about what you're learning. But also, don't get stuck on comparing yourself, because there is only one you. Your uniqueness is what sets you apart. Your uniqueness is what is needed for your students. They need you. It doesn't matter what the previous music teacher before you did. It doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. Be yourself. Walk in there with confidence. When your students see you teaching music with confidence, walking in there, and you're fake it till you make it if you don't feel confident yet. Okay? But when they see you teaching with confidence, you're going to see some confidence radiating from those students, because they're going to be like, oh my gosh, she or he is in here like being the most confident person in the world, and they're going to rise to the occasion. So moving into resources, and then we'll get into action steps. The resource this week is the Elementary Music Teacher Coaching Week. It started at the time of this recording yesterday, and it goes through July 3rd. You are not too late to sign up. Okay, so it is just subscribepage.com/Elementary Music Coaching Week 2022, and look for the links I will be posting on Instagram. Look at the link in my bio. Facebook, I will be posting in the description. You can just click on the link and go, and if you're listening to the podcast, you can see it in the show notes. Every single day, yesterday I did a training about simplifying your lesson planning. Today there's a question prompt in there where Coaching Week participants are able to come in and answer about mindset. We're going to have 3 different mindset posts. There's going to be an accountability call where music teachers, including you, I'd love for you to join us, can come and answer questions about something they're struggling with or share their wins. We're going to have a whole session where everybody gets to lesson plan together for the first month of school or be on their way to lesson planning. I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live about mindset, just like I've been doing throughout every Monday, right here on Instagram and Facebook. I'm going to be doing Mindset Facebook Live. It's an amazing week. I'm already in there answering questions and sending people to different blog posts that will help them out. And so join us if you are wanting to move forward. And if you can't attend live, still join, because you'll be able to access the replays. Okay, so action steps this week is I want you to write down one way you've been comparing yourself to what other music teachers do. Write down one way you've been comparing the way you do things to other music teachers. And I've talked about a lot of different things in this session right now. So how have you been comparing yourself? When do you feel like those I'm stuck moments come? When do you feel the comparisonitis really creeps in? There's probably a lot of areas, but I want you to identify one. Let's focus on one first. And number 2, write down one thing that sets you apart. Maybe you don't know. Maybe you haven't. Well, maybe you do know, but you haven't thought about it in a while. But I want you to identify one thing that sets you apart and how you'll begin believing this is an asset and not a hindrance. The thing that sets you apart that maybe you feel like, I don't feel like this is like really, it's unique, but I don't feel like it's a good thing. Yeah, it is. So write down what sets you apart and how that is an asset to your students. What sets you apart is a good thing. Yes, even as a first-year teacher. Yes, even as a 30-year veteran teacher. You have something that sets you apart and makes you unique. I always felt like the black sheep in my district. I never did things the same way as anybody else. And I used to feel like I felt like I was like that broken crayon in the box of colors that, I just felt like a misfit sometimes because the way I did things in my music room, nobody told me to do it that way. I would be told to do things a certain way and I totally would not because I realized it was not working for my students. So I would talk about the different things I was doing at different workshops in my district with music teachers and they would look at me like, I had two heads. But that's okay. I realized as I went forward and as I got Teacher of the Year, my second year of teaching, when I started at a school that hadn't had a music program for 7 years, maybe I am doing something right. No, it's not because of getting Teacher of the Year, but my school was recognizing that these students had come so far just in a year and a half because I wasn't giving up. So my strategy for you, or my advice for you, I should say, is to think about that unique thing that you feel like is, like I said, a hindrance. Think about how unique you are and how it is needed. Your students need that uniqueness. Where your uniqueness lies in your personality and what your students need for you, where those two things combine is where the magic happens in your music room. It really is. So if you've been kind of holding back a little bit and not trying, maybe a different strategy that you've wanted to try because you're afraid that you're the only one that's going to be doing that, let that go and just be you, okay? Because there's only one you and the world needs it. So with that said, I'm going to see you again next week. Have an amazing summer. Have an amazing week. And join us in Elementary Music Teacher Coaching Week. We'd love to see you in there. I'll see you soon, friends. Have a great day. Bye. Well, hey there. Thank you so much for listening into the Elementary Music Teacher Podcast. There is an exclusive Facebook group just for listeners of this podcast and any elementary music teacher called the Elementary Music Teacher Community Facebook group. Come on over and join us there where we have conversations around the podcast episodes and encourage each other each and every week. And also head to my website, thedomesticmusician.com. I have some free resources there that you can download to help you gain traction in your classroom today, as well as the blog and the membership site and all kinds of other goodies to help you keep going in your music teaching journey. I cannot wait to keep connecting with you and encouraging you and spurring you on in your journey of teaching elementary music. Hang in there, have an amazing week, and I will see you soon.